pair we talked about in the beginning, Fred. Dee Davidson, Jeannie Nacarado have not won since 1993.
They both have to be feeling the pressure here today, trying to get that title, trying to get that monkey off their back, seeing what it'll be like to win again. You know, when an athlete's hasn't won for a number of years, when they start thinking, boy, will ever win again.
Well, one of them will get to bowl in the title match, guaranteed. Jeannie Nacarado, 39 years of age, been a pro for 17 years.
She knows how to play the game. Wow, that was a good shot to lead the 4-pin. Light blow-up pocket shot.
There were a few of those this week, as you mentioned, because the ball coming in late. She's playing a little farther right than we thought she would.
Exactly, and she just made that move because in practice she was playing in, and she just elected to jump out a little bit. I think maybe after watching Carolyn playing inside there, it didn't look like that good a shot, so she decided to move out a little bit.
Covers the spare. Now, Jeannie doesn't elect to change balls for a lot of her spares. She uses whatever her first ball is.
I think she's from the old school. Use a little more straighter up with the hand. Don't try to hit it as hard with the fingers and throw a little less hook, but she does even hook her ball a little more at the spares.
Lane breakdown for Dee. Pretty even, 3 and 2, although 2 opens on lane 13. 2 splits, actually.
She smiled there. She's feeling a little bit, it looks like to me. She smiled coming back. She threw a great shot there. And as we said at the opening show again, could be a big key. That left side won't vary much now. She's the only one over there. So if she gets locked in here, look out. She'll be real hard to beat.
Dee wants to make sure that we had a chance to thank her sponsors. Dan and Wanda Do It. Those are her sponsors and the staff she's a member of. American Strike, Continental Amateur Bowlers Incorporated. And again, lane 13, as we mentioned, had 2 splits last game, another split this game.
Goes a little bit longer. The midsection lane's a little oilier, so the ball went down a little longer before it made its turn, come in the back door.
18 300 games.
That's a couple more than most people, I'd guess. Look at that. Isn't that amazing there to make those kind of shots? Hasn't won. And since 93, she has presence of mind and focus to go up here. She throws a big hook at this spare. She wants to try to hook it away from that 3-pin into the 7. What a beautiful shot.
Same spare basically we saw Wendy.
That reaction.
Wendy had shot the 210 in the same fashion.
Same thing for the right-hander versus the left side. Oh, great camera shot. Look at that shot going right down that lane. Boy, was that some good camera work.
Finalists by round. You take a look. Jeannie basically 12th to 2nd. Dee same range.
See that jump from Wendy there, 51st and right under the 5th.
Right, and Liz on top all the way, practically 3rd and then 1st. Pin.
Well, that's 2 different 4-pins. She went down the lane a little longer, come in the pocket late, and leaves a blow-up 4-pin. There she looked like she maybe moved at one board right, went up the lane, and leaves a solid 4-pin. This game is a game of a little inch here and a move here. Little details is what makes the difference between the great players and the so-so players.
22 300 games for Jeannie Nacarado. You talked about her being a shot maker, and Fred, personally, in my opinion, since I've been on tour, Jeannie always impressed me as the player who could repeat shots the most. If she was lined up, there was no question that she was going to repeat those shots.
She worked with Phil Celia. In fact, just went there last week. She'd been having problems with her start. She's worked with coaches that really know the game, that's helped her learn to repeat like that.
High on 14. She's been pretty much in the pocket on lane 14. 13 is the one she's been struggling with.
Looked like she tried to fit that ball up, get a little soft, and laid it down a little quick, and it hooked early on her. Put her thump in the thumb hole there. That's killing that ball roll, not rotating and just rolling it dead flat right up behind the back of the ball.
Right.
Who cares if you hit the thumb hole? The most important thing on them corners is make those spares.
That's right, exactly. You know, you see the players use a lot of different equipment out here, and I just want to mention that we do have a lot of ball reps that come out here from the different companies and help the players out, drill equipment. We usually get complimentary equipment. We have Bobby Rydens here from Columbia, Tom Laskow, AMF, Jim Callahan from Fadball, and Brian Purcell from Ebonite. We want to thank all of them for their time, and they come out here and help the ladies. Nice shot by Dee.
You know, one of the biggest things I think a bowler struggles with, and Dee's struggling with it a little bit right now, is tempo, the word tempo. It's that cadence, going to the foul line with your arm swing. You slow your swing down, your feet slow down. You speed your arm up, your feet go fast. It's keeping the same stroke shot after shot is so important.
She's covering her spares nice. That's one of the things she said. She had only missed, I don't know, maybe 10 throughout the week. But if everyone realized our format now, we bowl 48 games. That's a lot of games of bowling.
And when you bowl one game on 2 lanes, that's a half a game per lane, and move to the next pair, you'll get tricked on a few spares once in a while bowling 48 games in a week in a bowling center across this nation when you bowl in a different condition each week.
276, 165, highs and lows for Jeannie Nacarado this week.
There's that camera. How's that angle?
It's nice. Yeah, you can really get a good view of where they're playing, how the ball's rotating.
Maybe we could design something that we could watch while we bowl ourselves like that. Maybe put something on your eye and down
a little replay camera, maybe.
Yeah. Look at that shot. Just gives you the rotation and the turn on that ball. Beautiful.
Jeannie Nacarado leading by just 1 pin.
Watch it spin.
And again, often we see it time after time. You miss right, the next shot goes through the nose.
Turn a little early, the thumb gets in toward the ankle, ball goes left. Lose it off your hand, the ball goes right. There's that little window at the bottom that the great players get a feel for, and once you get it, you have to work on it every day to keep it.
Now she did change balls to shoot the right side spare, so she does change for those. Jeannie Nacarado now trailing by 21 pins. In fact, we talked, she hasn't won, but I took a look back and she has not made a show. And she told us, too, since May of '96, the Queen Show in Buffalo. And that's a long time for Jeannie not to make a television show, although she did miss some of the tournaments.
I was going to say, hasn't been bowling quite as regular as she once did. She's starting to curb some of her professional bowling, but yeah, that is surprising for somebody at her caliber because she can make shots.
Through the nose now. Actually, the left lane on the right side appears to be getting a little bit of bounce.
Watch this ball now. It'll hit and bounce. Dropped it right off her hand. Dropped it behind the foul line and then hit the second dribble. Looked like maybe she's flinching at the bottom, like her thumb's hurting or... I don't know what's happened. That's not indicative of her, and she's done that 2 out of 3 frames now, so losing that ball that quick at the bottom of the swing.
Right. I know we saw that last week. The head's bouncing a little bit, and I did notice on a few pairs, if you got far enough right, you could get a little bounce if you didn't get off your hand real smooth.
Get that arm out a little bit again. Get that arm out, ball in. You get that arm out, turns your thumb in. So there's a combination there between the hand and the arm. Keep the arm in and the thumb out, in her case, out toward the left wall. If you're a left-hander, out toward the right wall if you're a right-hander. You have to keep that swing in to project the ball out away from the pocket and let it hook back.
Now this is a tough spare, Fred. She needs to get it to the left and have the ball hooking back in order to take out the 8 just like that.
Beautiful. Isn't that something? This pressure she had. Wow. Boy, can she take a little sigh of relief there. That locked up the match. On that kind of a spare, you can see there that ball just makes the split.
Beautiful.
Makes the 9-10.
Great conversion.
I'm sorry, in this case, a 7-8. I'm thinking like a right-hander again.
31 pin lead. She needs a 5 on her first ball. Would lock it up. Best Jeannie can shoot is 190. 5 count would give Dee Dee 191 without throwing another shot.
was fun this week. All week long, these matches were close because it was 2:15 average to make the telecast. Now, I know, Jan, you averaged 2:16 and missed about 11 pins.
There were a few players. Nikki also averaged 2:16, a little bit higher than me, and didn't make the telecast. Nikki Giannoulias.
So that's the win and loss record, huh?
Exactly.
In the finals.
Gini Nakarado finishing up in third position. Dee Davidson defeats Gini Nakarado, and we'll take a look at the other match play finalists in just a moment.
You've been selected.
You're crazy.
You have a sickness.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Movies channel.
What do you think?
Feel good.
He's covered his tracks.
It does take a special kind of person to do this job.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Action Movies channel.
$10,000.
I'm the one that's trying to hold this family together.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Black Cinema channel.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I have never wanted anyone more.
You don't want to go falling in love with a guy like me.
No safety net. I got you.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Her Free Movies channel.
This is about to get hot in here.
Celebrate Black creators, stories, and talent with a curated collection of movies, TV shows, and channels on Zumo Play. Laugh out loud with your favorite comedies. Get swept up in powerful stories.
I love your daughter.
Connect with unforgettable characters.
You know, this job can be hazardous to your health.
And honor visionary Black creators that shape generations. Black voices, Black stories. Now streaming free on Zumo Play.
Ready to fall in love? Make the first move on Zumo Play. We've got it all, from the heart-fluttering first crush to the kind of love you never saw coming, to the moments that truly matter, and all the twists and turns in between. Take a chance on true romance with a curated mix of romantic favorites, perfect for Valentine's Day. It's the season of love, now streaming free on Zumo Play.
Liz Johnson, just 23 years old, in her second year as a pro, already with 3 professional titles, 3 national titles.
Pride of Niagara Falls, along with Pat Healy, 2 great bowlers.
Soft 10, good shot.
That's her key all week long, she said, is her accuracy. She just walks up there and keeps hitting the pocket. 9s and strikes. She leaves very few clusters, or very few designs, as we say today. They're very difficult to make, and she averaged 222 this week. That's amazing.
And that's exactly how she did it, by keeping the ball in play. Covers the spare nicely. One of those 3 titles I mentioned was a major. She won the U.S. Open last year. This lady here, Dee Davidson, no stranger to majors either. She has 2 majors, the Queens, and her last title was the '93 U.S. Open.
Hasn't won since '93.
Lane's pretty even for her. Again, the splits on lane 13.
85 Rookie of the Year.
High on 14. Now that's about 3 shots in a row. She's been high on that lane.
Good break on that lane. Now she's either going to have to bump a little right, or she's got to keep her speed up. She hasn't moved in yet, but she's elected a couple times and threw it a little harder, and I thought she figured it out. She defeated Gini the last match, 210 to 189 in match 3, to advance here to the championship round.
Again, no problem with that 4-7. She's had a little practice at it here today. The earlier matches, if you just tuned in, Carolyn Dorn-Ballard defeated Wendy McPherson-Papanos 211 to 176.
Didi's match play record, huh?
2010 and 2 for the week.
That's pretty good when you win 20.
Didi then went on and defeated Carolyn Dorn-Ballard 202 to 184, and then, as you just saw, defeated Gini Nakarado 210 to 189.
Get that ball out a little farther left, a little bit of room. Watch them spin, huh?
Now that's some interesting pin carry. It looked like the 6-7-9 up there.
Almost went by the pocket. Catch that. Watch it catch that pocket real light. The head pin goes to the board, kicks off, and then when that When that 4-pin was going around the 7, it just touched the top of it. She, oh, thank you, Lord.
It's like, well, okay. What can I say? Great shot, jumped right on that.
She can hit the pocket, this young lady. We've seen her bowl in international competition over in Brazil and Argentina. She hits the pocket all over the world on a lot of different lane conditions. We talked to her about that. She said, yes, that international experience on Team USA helped her be ready for playing the best players in the world.
Right. She said that was really key. Now, you saw she had a 300 this week. 164 was her low game. She said the 300, she was playing 20, fourth arrow when she shot 300. She said that's very unusual for her to carry that well from that deep end.
First time in her life that she's ever bowled an honor score from inside the third arrow, and she felt as though that was a big stepping stone for her in the future.
And that's something you have to learn out here because there's so many games played, particularly on the right side, that they break down and you have to move deep. You have to play them.
Change balls, move the left, threw that ball hard and straight with nothing on it, and just nailed that 10-pin dead center. Look at the face. Watch the eyes here. Look at the eyes. Look at the focus.
The match is dead even. A strike here, though, puts Dee Dee up by 10 pins. And again,
little soft, arm out. Feeling the pressure a little bit. It's been a while. Got a little deliberate. A little bit where we want to guide it. She tied Liz. Match play 224 to 224.
Now during the week, if they tie, all that happens is it's a tie and you get 15 bonus pins each. But if they would tie here, we would have a 9th and 10th pin roll off. I talked to Dee Dee about what kind of adjustments she had to make throughout the week. This is what she had to say.
Well, this week I found it, I was playing outside in the beginning of qualifying, and in the evening blocks I had to move in. So, you know, I basically just kept playing in when it worked and playing out. When the end didn't work, I played out. So that's basically all I did, and changed a few hand positions to get my ball to skid a little further when they started drying up on me. And it worked all week, and I'm just happy to be here, and who knows where I'm playing tonight, in or out. Either or, whatever works.
Good attitude, whatever works. Right now she trails by 12. She needs to find something to work. Looks like she did.
Dial that hand in around the ball a little bit to make it spin, to delay the action when it grabs the lane surface. If you roll it, it'll grab the lane sooner. If you spin it, it'll make it go a little longer and then make the back end open up and make it hook toward the pocket.
Well, in Texas, she was the top seed there and won the event, so she's 1-0 from the top seed position.
Watch this approach here. This is a real nice 5-step, very deliberate, very much an arm swing player. Watch the swing. Watch the swing go through now. Look at the eyes. They're right down on the target. She'll just watch that target and look at that swing come through. What a great swing and what a great result. Hit them thin and watch them spin. See all those pins go to the left and just come right off the wall. That takes power. She said, I don't have a power game. I don't know about that. See here, talk about power.
Beauty. Well, you know, there's a couple different things. Some players, you know, when she said power, she's meaning opening up the lane a lot.
Big loopy hook ball maybe, huh? But I like that power. She's got power, but it's straightforward power like the great Walter Ray Williams, just right up through the ball instead of flipping around the ball. I love that kind of a swing.
8 events so far this year, 7 cashes, 2 top 5. Dee Dee having actually a very good year.
Oh, she's a good bowler. This gal can bowl.
And making an adjustment now, been high many times now on lane 14.
Looked like she moved left and left. Instead of moving in, a lot of times when we hit high, she elected to go out farther and play out where there's no shots have been thrown. So she picked up some oil down the lane about 40 feet. It looked like that ball just slid right past the pocket.
Well, you know, Liz told us that was sometimes her move this week, too. When they started to hook, she moved right instead of left. And that's something you're probably not familiar with at home, bowling league, but that is something that has to be done, too, and there's nothing left to play on in the middle of the lane.
Exactly. The middle lane dries out so much with all the bowlers playing in the midsection. You move out closer to the edge, give it more room to hook back toward the pocket. See if she can get one set up here. This is getting into crunch time. right now for her. She's got to put some heat back on Liz, or Liz will get too loose, and then this match will be out of hand. So this is crunch time. Let's see what she does. She's focusing in.
22 pins. Boy.
She's lost that aggressiveness, Jen, is
Yeah.
what I see, and she knows it. She can feel it. But you know, you get on the show and things are moving so fast, and you haven't won in several years, and right now she's gotten a little bit deliberate.
Well, right now, Liz Johnson has a commanding lead. We'll be back to crown our champion. 5 more frames left.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I have never wanted anyone more.
You don't want to go falling in love with a guy like me.
No safety net. I got you.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Her Free Movies channel.
$10,000. I'm the one who's trying to hold this family together.
Catch these movies and more before they disappear on the Zumo Free Black Cinema channel.
My name is James Jackson Dial. I was trained in target elimination. It's gonna be chaotic real quick.
Go, go, go.
Now streaming on the Free Movies page, only on Zumo Play.
Who is this man?
The FBI is withholding the identity of the assassin who fled captivity last night in a daring escape.
America's Most Wanted.
Streaming free all month long, only on Zumo Play.
You're crazy.
New this month and streaming free, only on Zumo Play.
Liz Johnson stepping up in the 6th with a 36 pin lead. Oh, sub 55.
Oh, he's got a great shot there, huh?
We'll check our score right now.
About a 55-pin lead, depends on count here, right at 55. Since she threw that strike, could take it up here to 65. She went ring and 10, strike, ring and 10, strike, strike, strike. She's hit the pocket flush with 6 straight shots. This gal is focused right now. She does awfully well for such a young lady.
And another, that's 4 in a row. Boy, she is definitely doing what she did all week long.
Her mother and father, Conrad and Karen, back home, they're going to be awfully proud of the way this young lady handles herself. She is a true professional at such a tender age. To be this good and to be that focused and calm in the heat of the battle is a tremendous accomplishment for a young person.
Boy, and Dee just can't find anything right now. You mentioned early on that you didn't think the lanes would change for her, but too much.
Well, I called that one, didn't I?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't mean that, but they must be changing a little bit, enough that as she's making subtle moves, it's making a big difference down the lane.
Exactly. Well, the best she can shoot now is 194, so.
comes back with a strike. She's still out there trying everything. The smile of the crowd. Liz Johnson up in the 8th frame. She's working on 4 strikes in a row now with a 66-pin lead.
Her first title was the Ladies and Legends with Mike Kench. What a great player he is. We have a lot of great players on the senior tour. Here are the owners, Barb and Dan Holder, co-proprietors here at Hendersonville Lanes.
We want to thank them for having us out. It was a great tournament. Beautiful facility here. It's actually a family fun center. They have a couple of lounges. They have a big game room area.
One of the best I've ever seen. I'll tell you, it is a beautiful facility.
Now 76-pin lead for Liz Johnson. Really, it's pretty much over here.
Well, she deserves the win. She was a class of the field this week, no doubt about it. She out-averaged the field by 7 pins or 6 pins a game. And as you know, that is hard to do. A couple times this week they said, Liz, are you bowling in the same bowling center we're bowling in? She had that secret ball roll to the pocket, no doubt about it. All right, Dee Dee.
She's still kicking.
Keep her chin up. Finishing second is not bad.
No, I'm sure she's happy. She was just, of course she wanted to win, but at least she won some matches on TV now.
Look at Liz. She's breaking down. Breaking down a little bit. She said she was very nervous last week, more nervous than she's been ever maybe on television, she said, and she doesn't really understand why.
But she said this week she thought she'd be calmer knowing it was just one game. Just get it over with.
Get out here and play one game.
Look, she's stepping up to bowl, and it's the 10th frame, I believe.
Yeah, she's... Dee Dee had to let her know, and you see how nice Dee Dee's handling that. Look at that. Look at this. They're both laughing and smiling, and here they are playing for the title. But
yeah,
intense, yeah.
She was getting a little choked up there. I think that little move relaxed her a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Good shot there, huh? Of course, she says. Of course.
Oh, of course.
194. You know, she turned that into a nice, respectable score here with a fill shot here in the 10th. And finishes second, makes $5,000. Not bad for a week's work of doing something you love to do. And you know what? Talking about love to do, come out, bowlers, and bowl these ladies in the Pro-Ams. The Pro-Ams are a lot of fun, and I guarantee you'll love to do it. Just come out and play in these Pro-Ams.
Yeah, it's always enjoyable. We all love it. Dee Dee, 191, respectable score. Big finish for Dee Dee, at least. She
had 3 open frames. She overrolled a couple. Looked like she got a little soft. They went through the nose. She left a couple big wide open splits, and then she threw one a little hard and left the washout. Got a little confused, and then she bounced back like most great players do. She said safe.
She just throws it. It doesn't matter at this point. And some of the Pro-Ams we talked about, come out and join us. Summer Motion Blue Ribbon Classic coming up next week, June 29th through July 3rd. The Pro-Am would be on Sunday, Blue Ribbon Lanes, Ashland, Kentucky. And then the Southern Virginia Open. Come on out to that one. That'll be at Country Club Lanes in Danville, Virginia. AMF Gold Cup, Hanover Lades in Mechanicsville, and Berkeley Invitational at Royalsea Lanes in Goose Creek, South Carolina. There's Liz Johnson. She's our champion. She led this tournament practically from start to finish.
Welcome, everyone, to the Storm Women's Stepladder here in the Bowling Promotion Tour. This is our first stepladder match and features the number 5 seed Becca Manning versus the number 4 seed Emily Rogers. The winner faces Yvonne